Our top story, there seems to be no end to the trouble as far as Robert Vadra is concerned. Kirit Somaiya has struck once again. In his latest, senior BJP leader has demanded a detailed investigation by the Enforcement Directorate into the alleged involvement of Robert Vadra in the purchase of a Benami mansion in London in 2009. Somaiya wrote a letter to ED Director Karnal Singh and sought a detailed probe into the matter. The BJP leader in his letter quoted media reports alleging Robert Vadra's links with a purported arms dealer Sanjay Bhandali, who's holding a house at 12 Allerton House in London. Robert Vadra's lawyer has denied the charges, saying he does not own anything directly or indirectly. Let's quickly go across to Shiven Srivastav, who joins us with all the latest. Shiven, number one, if you could break down for the benefit of our viewers, what really is this matter? What has Kirit Somaiya said in his letter where he wants an Enforcement Directorate intervention?
See, as per Kirit Somaiya, this property was bought in the name of Sanjay Bhandali in London, and that is basically connected to Robert Vadra and his associate. This property was bought in 2009 and again sold in 2010. And during this period of time, renovation and maintenance was also looked after by Sanjay Bhandali's company. Though Sanjay Bhandali is also denying any connection with Robert Vadra, and Vadra's company is also denying the fact. But this is alleged that they were in touch through email. Their officers were in touch with through email, and they were communicating about purchase of this property and maintenance of this property. Alleging all these things, Kirit Somaiya written a letter to ED to probe into this matter further, because IT department raided this premise of Sanjay Bhandali in April 2016. During that period of time, few very sensitive and confidential documents were found from his premises, and as on the basis of those records, IT department has also written to ministry to probe into this because they are suspecting that this is a matter of OSA also, because some confidential department of ministry's meetings and proposals were also found as per sources, and now IT department has written this letter to ministry, and ministry is also likely to probe into this.
Shiven Srivastav, many thanks for joining us with all the latest. In fact, India Today is the first channel to trace the residence once allegedly owned by Robert Vadra. These are pictures on your screen right now of that residence. India Today correspondent Lavina Tandon traced the address, 12 Allerton House. She went to the address, rang the bell, but got no answer. Lavina also tried to contact the neighbors, who seem to be wary of answering any queries. What we have gathered is that this square is one of the poshest addresses in London. The entire block is owned by a family, and the houses are rented out on lease. The rent may range to up to £1 million.
This is entire street is Bryanston Square, and these typically the building are numbered as 12, 11, 1, and then there are flats inside these buildings as well. So I tried going inside number 12 and also next door number 11. Nobody came out of number 12, but someone did come out of number 11, and they were quite wary. Straight away they said, "Are you a journalist?" And they were very wary of talking to me, and they said they have no information to give. And very interestingly, while I was doing my link, they also walked in and knocked on that door to just probably indicate to me maybe that there is someone who lives there. That's what I felt, and there might be a common security here. So something that I have established after speaking to a lot of people living around here is that this entire area is a leasehold area, and one can own flats here. So this building has a lot of flats inside, and each flat, typically depending on how long the lease is, could cost anywhere over 10 to 15 million pounds. So very posh postcode. We do understand W1 is anyhow a posh postcode. Only investigation now would reveal what extent has Robert Vadra has an involvement here. Lavina Tandon for India Today from Bryanston Close, London. I have here with me Salman, who lives in very close to Bryanston Square, actually next street, and I just want to know a little bit, Salman, about this area and what sort of people live here. What's the kind of housing that exists here?
Well, this area is it's a very posh area.
Yeah.
It has a lot of people who are quite wealthy.
Yes.
the majority of people who live here don't actually own the property, they own leases in the property. So
Yes.
the leases can be for like 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, or even the maximum is 999 years. But the whole area is really owned by the Portman family, which is a very old English family. They own the freehold.
Yes.
But otherwise, a lot of people own, as I said, flats, leases here. Yeah, there are lots of young professionals who live in this area.
Okay, so what, say for example, this is the 12 or 11 Bryanston Square would be block of flats. I'm able to see. That's what it is.
I think the majority of them are blocks of flats. So each floor there's a different tenant living with a different lease. Yes.
So what would traditionally a flat here cost, and how big would they be inside?
That really depends. That really depends on the price. I mean, it depends on how long the lease will be for. It could be hundreds of thousands of pounds or millions. It really depends. I think the longer leases, for example, 999 years, they could easily be for 10, 15 million.
Okay, and more, depending on the kind of flat that you live in.
Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Salman.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Let's now quickly cut across live to Lavina Tandon, who joins us from London with all the latest. Lavina, can you tell us what exactly is the latest that you are gathering in London?
Yes, I tried going inside number 12 and also number 11 here, Bryanston Square. Nobody came out from number 12, but there was someone who came out of number 11, and that guy was quite curious and quite wary of finding me there. He straight away asked me, am I a journalist, and that he has no information for me as such and did not share any information. While I was doing my link, I saw him coming and knocking at this door as well. So it seems like that both the properties have some connection, at least in terms of security. But I spoke to a few people who live around this area, and I incidentally met a lot of Indians who live around this area, and they told me that this area is quite posh. Of course, W1 postcode is anyway quite a posh area, but this entire street is leasehold, and one English family primarily holds the freehold, but people can buy flats in this building, and any flat, depending on how long the leases would come out to be anywhere over 10 million pounds. So very posh, even over 15 million pounds rather. So a very posh area indeed, something that we have established that this is a posh area, and there is some sort of curiosity around when people have been seeing us here. So now only investigation would say what exactly is the way forward and what extent of involvement Robert Vadra has in this area and in this building, and if he owns one or more.
Right, Lavina, many thanks for joining us with all the latest, for getting us this exclusive visuals and exclusive footage.